The wildlife world has many dangers that are lurking. In order to survive, it is required that each species have to equip themselves with a powerful weapon. Some animals possess large bodies and strong claws, such as lions, tigers. Some use odor to chase enemies away, such as weasels, badgers. Some create a cover so that enemies can reach, like porcupines, turtles. However, these species we talk about in this video are small but possess super scary weapons that you cannot expect. Okay, what species are they? Let's find out with 10 million. Horned lizard. The scientific name of the horned lizard is Rhinosoma bladderrhinos. They live mainly in deserts, arid deserts, having extremely high temperatures in the Americas such as Canada, Guatemala, Mexico. Like other lizards, horned lizards have a good camouflage skill. Thanks to possessing a masterful camouflage ability between the sand dunes and small rocks in the desert, they are known as the invisible king of the desert. But for predators with super sensitive hearing like snakes, the invisibility cannot help them hide. At that time, the horned lizard will smell his body to twice compared to his normal size, making hissing noises and spreads sharp thorns towards the enemy to threaten them. If both of the strategies above are ineffective, the lizard will have to use their last weapon, also the most powerful weapon, that is squirting eye blood with a water gun at the enemy. A lizard usually waits until the opponent attacks. He will hit the target and squirt straight into the face, where he deals the most damage. The lizard's under-eye pouch, called the ocular sinus, swells up when filled with blood and spits out through the pore in his lower eyelid. The horned lizard body is only about 7.75 cm long, but this eye blood stream can shoot 9 times as far as the body. He can shoot blood as many times as needed. The blood of lizards contain toxins that bind to receptors in the mouth. These receptors not found in humans and other species. It takes 15 minutes for a wolf that was accidentally hit by a lizard's blood to recover. Pistol shrimp. Pistol shrimp's scientific name is Alpheidae. They are not too large in size, about 3 to 5 cm long. Alpheidae look like normal shrimp, except for a very striking feature, the pair of one big, one small claws. The pistol shrimp has 2 claws, a small pincer and an enormous snapper. The snapper, which can grow up to half of the length of the shrimp's body, does not have 2 symmetrical halves like the pincer. Instead, half of it is immobile and the other half is the mobile part. The snapping shrimp competes with much larger animals such as the sperm whale and the beluga whale for the title of loudest animal in the sea. The animal snaps a specialized claw shut to create a cavitation bubble to generate acoustic pressures of up to 80 kilopascals at a distance of 4 cm from the claw. As it extends out from the claw, the bubble reaches speeds of 100 km per hour. The pressure is strong enough to kill small fish. The shrimp do claw action by 4 steps. 1. Closed pistol shrimp claw with hidden blunger P. 2. Open claw with exposed P and chamber C. 3. Open claw with water W entering C. 4. Claw with P pushed into chamber C, forcing jet stream J out of C. More importantly, the collapse of the bubble generates for a split second, makes a snap sound and has temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly as hot as the surface of the sun, and also, oddly, a flash of light. Such a terrible weapon! This is a wonderful weapon that God gives pistol shrimp. With a very strong wave of water bubbles, pistols can use their weapons to hunt or also defend themselves. Another interesting feature of pistol shrimp is that if they lose the bigger one, the remaining one will automatically grow larger and become the new gun for shrimp. Bombardier beetle. With a long tongue, it's not difficult for toads or frogs to catch insects. However, this time they encounter a formidable opponent. That is Bombardier beetle. living everywhere in the world. Concentrating is estimated that the chemical in the bomb could generate a heat of up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, able to drive most enemies away. Bombardier beetle carries in themselves two chemicals, that is, hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide, located in two cavities in the abdomen. When in danger, the bombardier beetle mixes different chemicals, hydrogen peroxide and hydroquinone, from different glands, and they inject them into an explosion chamber containing mostly water. Within the explosion chamber, another chemical is added, catalase, which causes a rapid chemical reaction to an explosive force. The resulting water or steam, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, is then fired out through two cannons at 65 feet per second. Usually, animals in general and bombardier beetles will defend themselves from being eaten. But what does a bombardier beetle do when he has been put in their mouths by an enemy? To examine the power of this beetle, scientists caught bombardier beetles in central Japan, then let them be prey for two species of toads popular in this country. As a result, after being swallowed up in the stomachs of two species of Japanese toads, these beetles detonated the bomb, and the bomb's power forced the toads to vomit back within seconds. The terror warriors, after returning from the dead, can still walk normally, even though they can be immersed in the liquid in the toad's stomach for hours. However, scientists believe that bombardier beetles can survive depending on whether they have bombs or not, and more or less. If the beetle had used too many bombs before, they would surely die when toads swallow. Electric eel. The electric eel lives in North-South America, mainly in the Amazon River Basin and Orinoco River basins of Peru, South America. The eels are famous for high-intensity electric discharge and can destroy prey immediately. In front of prey and enemies, the electric eel can discharge an electric current with a voltage of up to 900 volts, sometimes 1000 volts, and an intensity of 1 ampere, enough to knock out the opponent. These are enough numbers to endanger any species, even large ones like crocodiles. Despite producing such electric current, the eel was not electrocuted. The electric eel has three electricity-producing organs, the sage organ and the hunter's organ and the main organ, which together make up about 80% of the fish body. The organs are each made up of electrolytes, which function like modern batteries by creating differences in electric potential that can generate a powerful shock. The discharge only takes place in 3/1000 seconds, and the electric eel can produce electricity continuously 150 times in an hour without getting tired. There have been no cases of people dying from the eel, but some South American crocodiles have been found dead from electric eels, so be careful with this animal. Exploding ants. Among the towering forest canopies on the island of Borneo in Southeast Asia exist suicide bomber ants that explode on their own, releasing poison to destroy the enemy. Their appearance looks like normal fire ants, but they possess a unique defense. Colapopsis explodens ants do not have large jaws, nor can they sting. When threatened, they raise their buttocks to warn them. If the attacker does not retreat, one or more small ants will flex themselves so hard that their abdomen bursts. When exploded, they release a sticky, pale yellow poison with a characteristic unpleasant odor. This sacrifice is to protect the remaining members of the herd. Exploding ants actually have a good virtue. They sacrifice themselves for the benefit of the whole. In human healthcare, doctors decide which patients need to be helped the most. With ants, it's the exact opposite. The injured ants themselves decide if they should be treated or not. If ants were mortally injured, they refuse to cooperate, flailing their legs around when probed or picked up, forcing their helpers to abandon them. The mortally wounded ants choose to die rather than have energy and resources wasted on their futile rehabilitation. The video is over here. Thank you for watching 1 minute's video. If you consider this is a good video, please press like, leave a comment, and click the subscribe button at the bottom. Remember to press the bell at the bottom not to miss the latest videos. Thank you!